Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. It is Mama Jenna over here, okay? Okay. I've gone through this journey. Today I'm somebody's mother. So today I'm somebody's mother and I'm super excited to be sharing this story. It wasn't an easy journey, but guys, for the fact that I look at my baby and I'm like having this feeling like I'm not a mother. I have a child, okay? I have a child to take care of. But anyway, guys, I just want to share my story with you guys. If it's something you enjoy watching, please stick around. I know a lot of you have been with me through this journey, which I'm super excited. I'm thankful to you guys for, because I see a lot of lovely comments and all of that. Thank you so much for coming this far, okay? I'm going to be telling you guys about my labor and delivery story, how it started, what went down, how everything went, okay? So if this is your first time, you are highly welcome to the channel. If you've not subscribed, please do also join the Jenna gang and come subscribe to the channel, okay? So this is Mama Jenna over here. I know you can see me, yeah, and that's on period, okay? So this is Mama Jenna. I'm super excited. I'm a mom. First of all, it's all thanks to God. I can't even take that part because it's all God's grace I'm here today. So I'm going to be telling you guys about what went down during my labor, because I was vlogging at some point. I stopped vlogging. Now that was because I could not continue because of the whole pain and everything, and I was like, I want to, but then I couldn't. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to tell this story because it was something I said I was going to do. Like, my pregnancy journey has been one journey that some experiences I've encountered or I went through is something that I know that a lot of people did not go through, and my doctor keeps on telling me, Jenna, share your story, okay? So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, and I promise to share my story. So you guys, I was said in my last vlog, I don't know if you've seen the last vlog, but if you've not seen it, I'll put it up here for you guys to see. I said in my last vlog that something happened to me at 34 weeks pregnant. So at 34 weeks, one morning, I woke up, okay? Now, I would just want to give you guys a backstory why I would have given birth like a long time instead of staying 40 weeks and 5 days before my baby came, okay? So 34 weeks, I had this contraction and everything, and baby was supposed to come at that 34 weeks. Now I'm gonna make it very short. Baby was supposed to come at 34 weeks, but baby did not come. Doctor told me when I went to the hospital that, oh, you're actually gonna give birth if I check you, and it seems that you're gonna give birth today, and it doesn't matter, nothing is wrong with your child, everybody is healthy, but you can give birth like right now you're gonna give birth. I'm like, okay. Take a step back because I was still in the process of arranging myself. Like you guys know, I went shopping for the first time at 32 weeks for my baby stuff, so I still have a lot, which is one thing I'll tell you, that if you're pregnant, trust me, you want to start getting things early enough, okay? So doctor was like, you know what, Jenna, if I look at you and I see that you're at that stage where you put to bed, you're not going back home, you're gonna give birth, okay? So when he told me that, I was like, just like that. So when he checked me, I'm like, do you want to give birth right now, or do you want to, you know? So it turned out that I was having some, what are they calling it? Some cramps out. Was it cramps? Yes. I was having some cramps and some feelings that did not suit well with my baby and was kind of not okay. So the doctor was like, okay, I'm going to get you some drugs. Go get these drugs and then you can continue. And guys, boom, I got the drugs. At the moment I got the drugs, like that evening, I felt better. And at that point, I was like, wow, I would have given birth. And it was like, yes, you were going to give birth, but it wasn't that critical, or you were not in that state where you could actually give birth like that bad. You could actually still wait still, 37, 38 weeks and all of that. I was like, okay, 37 weeks is almost there, so why not just wait? Because I'm this kind of person, I want to go through things the right process, okay? I enjoy going through the process and naturally, and, just go through the process. So when he told me that, I was like, okay, fine, no problem. I got the drug. So let me just jump right into the delivery, the labor, the main labor, the actual labor. Now, you guys, before this labor started, I have been doing a lot of exercises. I don't know if you remember in my last vlog, I said I stopped drinking cold water at 35, 36 weeks thereabouts, which was a very wrong thing. I would have stopped like 32 weeks. I don't know if it's one of the things that played a role in like dragging everything, but Trust me, 40 weeks, 41 weeks, 42 weeks is still the right time for you to give birth, okay? So in my head, I felt like I was going to give birth at 37 weeks. 37 weeks came, it didn't happen. I felt, okay, maybe 38 weeks, it didn't happen. Now, you guys, at 40 weeks and 5 days, that was when I put to bed. Before, at 40 weeks, the doctor was like, Jenna, you're supposed to have given birth by now. But nevertheless, you're 40 weeks. So after my last antenatal at 40 weeks, the doctor was like, if you stay 41 weeks, because we cannot induce you, based on the hospital I am, you cannot be induced until 40 weeks and 7 days or 40 weeks and 10 days. And the 40 weeks and 7 days he was telling me was because, oh, he can get the go-ahead to induce me, any of that. I wasn't choosing a cesarean section. If it was an elective cesarean section, it would have been a different thing. You made the choice, right? But I didn't choose a cesarean section. So he said, we cannot induce you. You have to give birth naturally. So you have to go into labor naturally. And at that point, I was like, this is 40 weeks already. And he's like, yes, you still have 10 days. So from now till like 10 days, something should happen, hopefully by God's grace. I was like, okay, no problem. So at that 40 weeks, at 39 weeks, we did a sweep membrane, which is where they sweep your vagina just to induce the labor, because the baby is ready, you are ready, it's just for the labor to start, right? So they had to do a sweep membrane. That was the first sweep I had, and that membrane sweep was not that easy. But then the membrane sweep also helped in the doctor checking if you can withstand labor pain and all of that. So when he did the first membrane sweep, I started having, show was coming in, like it started coming in within that 39 weeks. He said in space of 2 days to, that's 48 hours to 72 hours, I should go into labor. Guys, from 48 hours to 72 hours, labor did not show, but I was having show, like, which is that brownish, clotish something, okay? So it did not show. When it didn't show, I just relaxed. So one early morning, I just started having contraction out of the blue. Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Oh my god, you guys, I'm having contractions like every 10, 7, 8 minutes thereabout. After the 10, 7 minutes, I just had the last one, and I feel like I have like the contractions was serious, because he told me if you're having contraction every 10 minutes, like you have it like 2 times, 3 times every 10 minutes, then come to the hospital. Or in every 10 minutes, you're having it once every 10 minutes, and it lasts for like 1 minute, or it lasts for like 40 seconds or 30 seconds, then you should come down to the hospital. So one Sunday morning, which was my anniversary morning, you guys, that was my anniversary morning. I can't forget that day. That was on the 7th of May. Okay. So that morning, I started having that contraction. I felt, oh, like, the baby's going to come today. So all through that morning, it then ceased, like completely ceased. It stopped. In the evening, I was trying everything possible, guys. When I say I tried, I took pineapple. See, pineapple for who grew from my belly. I took pineapple, even no more than 10, full pineapple, because I was peeling full pineapple and I was taking the pineapple trying to induce the labor. I took lifting, a lot of lifting. I ate a lot of dates. I did a lot of carb walking. I did exercise. Like, see, guys, you guys already know I go to the gym. So when I was doing everything possible for this baby to come out. That's just the truth. Even after the membrane sweep, I was still doing everything possible. Okay, so that Sunday morning, that Sunday evening, not even the morning, because after what happened in the morning, I felt like, oh, this baby is going to come out today, right? And I mostly have the contractions late at night, all those 12, 1, 2. I can't sleep. I have excruciating waist pain, excruciating cramps, like contraction and all of that. So that Sunday evening, I felt, okay, the baby's going to come out today. Now, someone then suggested I should take castor oil. Trust me, I'm not advising you to do this. I heard it works, but it did not work for me. I took castor oil. I took half of the bottle. It did not work for me. I'm saying this here. I don't know. I feel like it might be something someone will learn from, okay? I took castor oil. It didn't work for me. I just feel like if it's your time, if God says you're giving birth to your child, you're going to give birth to your child. Nothing can stop it. That is just the truth. I took the castor oil and I waited. I was asked if you take I was told if you take the castor oil, do not use the toilet. You're not meant to use the toilet because that stuff is meant to make the baby feel very uncomfortable, and then the push would induce the labor and make you enter into labor. I took the castor oil. Now, before I took the castor oil, I was already feeling pressed. I was supposed to use the toilet, but I did not. I didn't even know why I took the castor oil without using the toilet. So after I did that, I ended up sitting down and I realized I needed to use the toilet. And it was so intense that I could not hold it. I had to use the toilet. And when I used the toilet, my stomach started feeling like everything is turning upside down. The baby's feeling uncomfortable. The baby feels like it wants to come out and all of that. I had to call my husband. That was first labor. Went to the hospital and my doctor checked and said, Jenna, you're okay. There's nothing wrong. Your baby is fine. You're just, I think that was 2 centimeter dilated, like not even, you're just in the process. That's like a pre-labor, a preterm labor experience. There's literally nothing wrong with you. And it was like, yeah, you just have to go back home. I was like, okay. So I was still in the process of waiting for my 7 days. Now 5 days had gone by because from my 39 weeks till that Sunday was 5 days. 5 days had gone by. So on Monday, I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to induce it. If this child wants to come, the child will come. Because all the exercise I've been doing, guys, even person they do marathon race, no do reach me. All the exercise I've been doing, everything was not just cutting it out for me. It was not giving me what I wanted. At that point, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing it again. That Monday, the day I was supposed to go out on a normal stroll. And I stroll for like an hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours at most. And minimum of 1 hour, it must surpass 1 hour. If my stroll doesn't go above 1 hour, then I've not started. So I always take long distance, like very long distance, very far from my house, outside my estate, and then I come back. So that Monday morning, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. If this child is going to come out, I didn't even bother taking Lipton. I didn't take pineapple. I didn't stroll. I just relaxed and guys. So the glory of God. This is to the glory of God because I had like extra 2 days before I would be induced. So when I went to bed that night, that was on a Monday night because I gave birth to my child on a Tuesday. That was May 9. And this is just in between my anniversary, my birthday, and my child's birthday. So it's just like 1 week of everything. It's like triple celebration. But anyway, I went to sleep that night and labor started out of the blue. Out of the blue, it started, guys. The labor started by 3:30 in the morning. 3:30 a.m., like 3:30 early morning. I was just sleeping and I felt this sudden push to want to use the toilet. You guys, I knew it was labor immediately. How I knew, I don't know, but I have never felt such rush and such feeling before. It just came like, boom, I want to use the toilet. And I stood up. You know when you're sleeping and you're far gone inside your sleep? I stood up without rush, like, boom, from the bed. I was like, what is going on? And I used the toilet, and the moment I came back from the toilet, my life did not remain the same. Here comes the contraction. It was coming back to back to back. I was having contraction that in every 10 minutes, I was having contraction for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 1 minute and 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 1 minute and 30 seconds. It was coming back to back to back. Immediately, I called my doctor. I was like, Dr. Ayebe, see what's going on, see what's going on. He was like, you know what, Jenna, continue like that, because if you come to the hospital right now, you're still going to stay here till a very longer time because we need you to like get to the point where you can no longer take it. Stay in the house by 7 o'clock, come to the hospital because this was 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So the contraction was coming back to back to back. I have an app I was using. I thought this app from Kelechi Bemena's channel, where she has this contraction app she was using to time the contraction process. I was using it to, count or time my contraction. If you look here, you see a contraction timer over here. You just open it, them logged in. I didn't even know that I still have them logged in. So over here, you see that I was having contractions from 4:26 a.m. I have it here. From 4:26 a.m. I was having contraction till 7, 8. I was having contraction like 1 hour, 1 minute. It started from 1 minute 43 seconds. It progressed to 1 minute 37, 1 minute 22. At some point, it continued like that. Sometimes if I skip the timing because of the pain, it just come like a sudden rush. So we got to the hospital by 7 in the morning. They checked me and the doctor said I was 4 centimeters dilated. Immediately I was rushed to the labor ward. Now this is where the whole thing, the whole feeling I was having this morning is just started. This was why I was giving you guys a backstory of how my, my pre-labor, first labor and everything has been coming like on a long run. So when I got up there and it was time, It was time, right? It was time for me to start progressing like speedily, for me to get dilated speedily. So the main doctor that was meant to deliver me, Dr. Aibe, thank you very much. Okay, I really appreciate. So the main doctor that was meant to deliver me then checked me and said, Jenna, you're 3 centimeters dilated. So you're still far. We need you to progress to 10 centimeters. How do we do that? So because I was there by 7 a.m., he said, okay, let's allow you to progress naturally, like on your own. Let you dilate on your own to like 12:1. And guys, this contraction I was having, I was coming back to back, ceased. That's the funniest part. Baby's position, he told me the baby's position, but you need to open up. Your body needs to open. You need to dilate. So the contraction I was having just ceased completely. From nowhere. I didn't get it. Now, I was not feeling more relaxed and everything. Guys, I didn't eat anything because I was feeling, oh, this can happen at any time. Okay, so I didn't eat, no water, no food, and my water already broke from the house because I was inside the bathroom bathing and I just had this sudden rush to wee. So even when we were about coming out again, the water was still dripping. When they checked me again at the hospital, more water was still coming out. I thought if your water breaks, it's just a one-time thing, but mine happened like 3 to 4 times. I'm like, that's a lot of fluid coming out, and that baby should be like, in distress already. To the glory of God, my baby was very okay. Heartbeat was okay because they were checking my baby's heartbeat and they were checking me as well. So there I was lying down. I'll be putting some clips while I'm talking for you guys to see. So there I was lying down and they were checking me, and you guys, from that 7 a.m. till 12 a.m., nothing. The contraction that was coming every 10 minutes turned to like contraction once every 20 to 30 minutes. There was nothing happening. And he came and was like, Jenna, we have to induce you like this. Like, we have to help you to speed up this process. If not, we're going to stay here for a longer time, and it's to tell on your child, and we don't want that. You need to give birth today. You need to give birth to this child like today. Okay, so I went to the hospital by 7 a.m., you guys, and that's 12 o'clock, nothing was happening. 1 o'clock, the doctor came, and then I was induced. The way this thing moved from a 0 to 100 is what I still don't understand. The moment they were already inserting just the cannula, that's injection stuff, and just for the drip, which is the oxytocin that was induced, put inside of me, for them to put the oxytocin, just a little, they've not even injected this thing fully. I just told him, Dr. Ibe, I'm having, he said yes. I'm like, is this supposed to be? Because you guys are just, he said, that's it. Now, you guys, the way contraction of 30 minutes turned to like 10 minutes, 3 times every 10 minutes, 3 times every, and guys, I don't know, as it's building up, ending, another one is entering, another one, like, this is getting more serious. Every 10 minutes, you're having contractions 3 times, not just 3 times. Intense one, hitting on your way. Oh my God, you guys. Honestly, people that give birth, you guys need to tell us all of this because you're not saying enough, okay? It is a lot. It is a lot. You can't. I was sleepy. I was hungry because I have not had anything all day. I was sleepy, hungry, tired, exhausted. So in between, I was taking a nap. Like when it comes it comes in space of 3 minutes because I get it for like 3 times. So after the 3 minutes, I can use the 5 minutes or 4 minutes, depending on how long it lasts. 4 minutes to sleep, and then it hits me again. And guys, it was just coming back to back to back to back to back. At that point, from 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock, I dilated from 3 centimeters to 8 centimeters. That was a huge progress. Like before I could even get to that 8 centimeters, it was a lot. Like I had to go through a lot of pain. So I dilated from 3 centimeters to 8 centimeters. Now the 8 centimeters, the doctor came and checked and said, I have to give it to 6 o'clock. I'm like, I've gotten this far and you're still going. I was like, Dr. Ibe, you're still going. I was like, yes. I said, Dr. Ibe, you're leaving me. You're leaving me like this. He said, yes, I need to get to 10 centimeters. He was going to come back by 6, 7. This is 5 o'clock, 8 centimeters. So he's giving me like an hour to get to. And this is fire to fire. It was not an easy journey. So at that 6 o'clock, I told them I wanted to use the toilet because I had the sudden rush to poo. And I've been using the toilet there because there's something they bring for you, like a chair that has a pole underneath. You don't have to go to the toilet. And they say, since my water has already broke, they can't stress me so that the cord or something doesn't fall off, because now the liquid is already out, okay? The baby is just there. So the cord or something doesn't fall off and then now your baby is at risk. So you can't move. I don't even move. I was lying side to side. So if I just come down and urinate, I lie down back. So at that point, I said I wanted to use the toilet. They told me, all right, young lady, please stand up. They gave me my drip bag to hold on my hand. I was holding my drip bag like this, you guys. And they said, enter the labor ward. Labor ward 1 and 2, or room 1 and 2. It was just a door that was demarcating where I would push the child and where I was having the contraction. So I just stood up and I went to that place. I laid down there, not even sat down, and they said, push. Push. There was no strength to push. I was hungry, dehydrated, exhausted. Guys, I don't know, high on pain, because at some point I felt like whatever they injected in me got me high. I was sleeping high, dehydrated. I was everything at that point in time, and they were like, push, and I'm like, okay, Jenna, where do we start from? The pushing. How do we push? It is my first time, but there was something I was certain about, is that I want to give birth to my child. That was one thing that was ringing in my head. No matter how exhausted, how tired, no matter what was going on, I was like, God, we're going to do this and we're going to come out victoriously. I wasn't going to give up. I knew that within me, in my soul, my body, because at the end of the day, we can't push. They will have to do a cesarean section, right? Yes. And I wanted to experience natural birth. So I was like, Jenna, I'm going to do this. No matter how high I was, they're like, hold your hand, use your hand to hold your legs. I'm like, I'm the one holding my legs. With this highness, use your hand to hold your legs and look at your navel. Be looking at your navel and pushing. When the contraction comes, use the contraction pain to push. My baby is crying. Use the contraction pain to push. And that was it. I was like, okay. You guys, I entered there to 7, and I gave birth at 7:42. Like the whole of 40 minutes was me trying to push. The doctor said, your baby is ready to come out. You're fully dilated, but there is something, I can't remember what he called it, that there was one other lip layer. There was one layer still covering the child. Like if I try to push, if I don't push enough, when the baby's head comes out, it retracts inside, like it goes back inside like that. So now I need to push for it to pass that lip or that layer, because that was the only layer that was holding it. Every other layer was out. So he even had to help me, in the sense that he had to use like a suction, that once I push the baby, I don't know what that thing is, but it's like a suction. They kind of suck it out. He used it to hold the baby's head and help me to pull as I'm pushing. So you guys, I gave it at 4:22. My baby came out at 4:22. So this time around, it was like, Jenna, push with everything. And I'm very happy, because all the nurses, they were very supportive of me. They were like, Jenna, you can do this. Everybody was motivating me. Everybody was telling me, Jenna, you can do this. Because when I came out and I asked why, they said they could see how much I was in for it. And I was so positive, in as much as I was tired, dehydrated, I was doing my best. So at that point, I held my leg, and a very long push. And they're like, the head is out. All I could hear was, I can see your I can see your baby's head. I was like, okay, the baby's coming. I was like, I can see your baby's head. I can see your baby's head. And in the process of pushing, I was feeling this sharp thing pulling out of me. Like, it was pulling. I could feel something leaving me. I was like, what's that in my bum? My vagina is tearing. Like, it is opening. And then the baby came out. I was like, wow. When the baby came out, I had a tear. I had a 2-degree tear, because the doctor said he tore me the first one by himself, so that the baby doesn't give me a tear where it will not be okay. And then once he was trying to help me to pull, I then had a little tear again from the baby. So I had a 2-degree tear, and I was stitched back. Now guys, the labor was something I was grateful to God, because once my baby came out, she weighed 3.9. Like, how at 38 weeks, my baby was weighing 3.2, but I gave birth to a 3.9, which is like almost 4 kg. My baby was looking all fine, all fresh, all nice. And when the baby came out, I was like, wow, this is my child. At that point, I was like, God, thank you. The first thing that came out of my mouth once the baby came out was, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. And then the stitching was the part that was a lot. The stitching was a lot. I can't say, you guys, stitching was a lot, okay? But immediately I gave birth, I noticed that I bounced back on my feet, like immediately. 6 hours later, I could stand up, I could walk, I could wee, I could poo, I could eat. Like, I could do everything aside from the pain from the tear, and they were like, since it's your first child, that's why you had a tear. If your second child progressing forward, you won't have any tear. And for the kind of stomach I had, I wasn't expecting to have that kind of big baby come out of me. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to tell you guys this story. It was a long story, like a long story coming from the first labor and all of that. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video. If you did, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be showing you guys my baby very soon, very soon. Like, I won't even take time, I'll show you guys my baby. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy watching this video, please let me know. I decided to make it a story time and share some clips because I wasn't able to vlog inside the labor ward with all the pains and everything. And coupled with the fact that it was my first time, my husband was there, but nobody was thinking of videoing, nobody was thinking of vlogging, nobody was thinking of carry camera and all of that. We're just thinking of having healthy mama and healthy baby. Yeah, that was the main purpose of everything. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I need to attend to my baby, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.